Evan Zipper. I'm 33 years old and I'm a Marine veteran. And I'm here interviewing with the How Foundation to be eligible for hyperbaric treatments. I did 3 years in the Marine Corps, and I voluntarily extended my contract to go to war. My duties in Fallujah, Iraq, is where we were primarily stationed, were mounted and dismounted um, convoy security and patrols throughout Fallujah and throughout other parts of the country like Ramadi, Nasr wa Salam, which was next to Abu Ghraib. Spent a little time in the Green Zone, but I traveled all throughout the country, making sure that the war itself was being the war was, I guess, functioning because we were, running convoys with maybe 50 vehicles packed with food or troop support or transporting prisoners. But in doing this, dodging roadside bombs, I got hit by a couple of roadside bombs or IEDs. And at the time when I was in 2005, that was the main weapon that I don't want to call them terrorists, the Iraqis, whoever was fighting us, were using to hurt American military forces and the like. Once I was blacked out when I got hit by the roadside bomb, but it was very quick. It was almost like I can only liken it to Saving Private Ryan in the beginning when that first scene when they get struck by a mortar and everything's kind of in slow motion, but then you quickly bounce out of that, or I quickly bounced out of it, and I proceeded to do what I was trained to do. But that would be the only time that I could recall. So I'm in commercial real estate. It's up and down. I think that's just probably the business. I'm excited about what it is that I do. I help small businesses expand or relocate primarily their retail businesses, whether it's restaurants or cell phone stores or anything in retail. But I can also service people who are industrial business owners and warehouses, people who need to move office buildings. So I get fulfillment from helping the business person not get taken advantage of by a landlord per se. That's the money. The money is never really the motivation. However, we all need money. I think I thoroughly enjoy helping people and making sure they don't get taken advantage of. I have a girlfriend. She's 33. Sorry, I'm 33. She's 20. Gonna be 26 on Wednesday. We've been together almost 2 years, and we do a lot of yoga together. And I probably spend the bulk of my time with her on my free time now. I got out in late May of 2006, so a little over 10 years now. I would say that it definitely changes my experience from the military and how I was the first, whatever, let's say put them in blocks every 5 years has changed. The first 5 years I was probably very similar to how I was when I was in the military, which I don't think is a good thing in a lot of ways. In that that mindset and what they instilled in me for survival was not necessarily healthy at all, as far as I'm concerned, or at least I don't think it's healthy in my mindset today. But I used that mindset, I think, to a benefit in business that I'm having trouble with today. And I think what I mean by that is I was energized and I was a lot more motivated than I am today. It's just honestly the truth. It's hard for me today to find things that really, really motivate me, or things that I really, really love, that I really, really want to pursue and have a lot of passion for. I'm a little bit more cold towards a lot of things, which I don't know why that's the case, but it's the truth. I've initially got turned on to Hyperbaric by an old roommate who bought one himself, and I never used it, but he was a bodybuilder, and I'd picked up on knowing that a bunch of athletes were using it for recovery and for sleep and all these different things. And I was intrigued. I've always had a positive feeling about it. I didn't know much about it, but I think I always was intrigued, and I always kind of had a feeling that I wanted to do it. And then about a year and a half ago, I met a gentleman named Logan, who I think had just completed his treatments, and he seemed like really sharp and really excited about what he had done. He seemed very clear. And Logan himself, Logan Skis, was the one who introduced me to how. Well, I genuinely think I need help with, from what I understand, what the treatments will do for my brain and recovery for my PTS. I think emotionally I've been, and I may not, I'm telling it straight to the camera, I think I hide it pretty well, but I've been a lot more emotionally unstable, as you would think I am based off of my physical look. And I hide that from everybody. So I guess I'm looking for balance. I'm really excited. I can't really wait to start.
And you start on?
Monday, the 8th, I start. And it's 2 months, correct?
Yes.
So 2 months.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Except Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, you get the weekend off.
I get the weekends off.
Yeah.
Which I probably would come Saturday, Sunday if I had to. I just, look, and I've gotten into yoga. And in yoga, Vinyasa yoga in itself is got a heavy focus on breathing more than the physical aspect of it, the asana. And just knowing that and having that knowledge, putting more emphasis and heavy emphasis on real hyperbaric oxygen treatment. That, as far as I know, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but I know it's going to help in a lot of different ways. Now, I'm with you. If it was 1 or 2 treatments, probably wouldn't do much, but I think sustained, I think it's going to be amazing. And, I don't think you could put it on paper. You have to feel it. And probably a little bit of me may hold back a little bit on those scores, just that's who I am. I don't want to project weakness. But I think I'm pretty in tune with my thoughts, and I know where and when I'm peaking mentally and physically. And I'm definitely like I'm not there right now. And I'm pretty confident. I think this is going to get me there.